A kingdom of Valareth did not fall because of war. It nearly fell because two people stopped listening. Seraphine of House Elam was fire-given flesh sharp-minded, unyielding, a strategist whose maps turned defeat into victory. Chaol of the Iron Guard was steel incarnate, calm, disciplined, a commander whose soldiers would follow him without hesitation. They were legends before they were lovers. When they married, the realm rejoiced. Fire and steel united. What could possibly break them? Respect. It did not vanish in a day. It eroded. At first, it was small. Seraphine would override Chaol's battle formations, certain her brilliance justified the surprise. Chaol would countermand her diplomatic decisions in private councils, believing his experience outweighed her vision. Neither doubted the other's love. But love without respect becomes possession. "You should have trusted me," Chaol would say. "You should have listened," Seraphine would reply. The court began to whisper. The army began to fracture. Enemies took notice. Then came the twist. A traitor rose within Valareth's walls, manipulating the cracks between them. False messages were planted. Orders were forged. Each was made to believe the other had betrayed a vital strategy. When the Northern Battalion marched into an ambush, Chaol believed Seraphine had sacrificed his men for political leverage. When the Southern Alliance collapsed overnight, Seraphine believed Chaol had undermined her negotiations out of pride. The kingdom trembled on the brink of civil war, and for the first time, they stood on opposite sides of a battlefield. Not with swords drawn, but with trust shattered. Under a blood-red sunset, Chaol confronted her in the ruined watchtower. "Did you think I would not see it?" he demanded. "Your seal was on the order, and yours on the message that destroyed the Alliance," she shot back. Silence. Heavy. Accusing. Deadly. Then something shifted. Seraphine looked at him, not as a rival, but as the man who once tended her fever. The man who had knelt before her, not as a conqueror, but as a partner. "If I truly believed you capable of betrayal," she said quietly, "why would I be here asking you?" Chaol's breath faltered. Because beneath anger, beneath pride, there was something neither had questioned deeply enough. Respect had never meant agreement. It meant belief in the other's integrity. And they had let doubt speak louder. They laid out the evidence together. Every letter, every seal, every timing discrepancy. Slowly, meticulously. The pattern emerged like a serpent uncoiling. The traitor had forged both sides, not exploiting their lack of love, exploiting their wounded pride. By dawn, they had a name. By nightfall, the traitor was exposed before the court. But the real reckoning was not public. It was private. In the quiet of their chamber, armor set aside, titles forgotten, Seraphine spoke first. "I have mistaken control for strength," she admitted. "I overruled you because I feared appearing weak." Chaol bowed his head, and I mistook silence for dignity. I let resentment grow instead of speaking honestly. They stood on the fragile edge of something more dangerous than war, ego. And this time, they chose differently. "I do not need you to follow me," Seraphine said, stepping closer. "I need you beside me." "I do not need to win against you," Chaol replied. "I need to win with you." Respect was not surrender. It was recognition. Recognition that the other's voice held weight. That disagreement was not threat. That partnership required humility as much as passion. They rebuilt not just alliances and battalions, but the foundation between them. In councils, they challenged each other openly and fiercely, but never dismissively. In battle, they deferred when the other's expertise surpassed their own. In private, they spoke grievances before they could rot. Valareth flourished stronger than before, not because fire dominated steel, not because steel restrained fire, but because both honored the other's strength. Years later, when young nobles asked the secret of their unbreakable union, Seraphine would smile and say, "Love ignites the spark." And Chaol would finish, "But respect keeps it burning." And in the quiet moments, When crowns were set aside and armor lay cold on the floor, they would still look at each other, not as rulers, not as rivals, but as equals. And that, more than passion or power, was what made their love last. If you like this story, please like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories. Goodbye. See you next time.